Hello everybody, my name is Khalid Al-Khalili. I'm doing my internship in Malta in a company called Arc Studio. Traveling to another country is a very good opportunity to discover other cultures. Moreover, as long as the culture of the world interact and being seen by different people from different backgrounds can result in a more stable world for far from wars and civil conflicts. Therefore, youth should travel for study and work outside their countries, if their conditions allow them to do so. Also, studying abroad is significantly important to gain more information and experience. As a civil engineering student in my third year, undertaking an internship in a company concerning a civil engineering work is obligatory. For that, Arc Studio was the choice to execute the internship for 5 months. And then my learning goals, there are 9 of them, and which I should accomplish them during my internship. Uh, First of all, my first learning goal is designing a construction. The second one, drawing constructions using AutoCAD. The third learning goal is calculating project budgets and then accompanying the site supervisor. Also working meetings, which I can prepare minutes for the and agendas for the meeting. The third, and then determining the quality level of the work, also very important. Also calculating the quantity of materials needed for the constructions. And implementation plan. And the last one, site visit supervisions, is one of the most important learning goals I should complete. Well, ArcStudio is an architecture restoration consultancy firm. It deals with old buildings to restore and preserve them in their original conditions. Also, the company works on agriculture, urban and environmental designs, and on project management as well. Well, the decision to work in this company was for a number of reasons. Firstly, Arc Studio offered the trainers a number of good tasks. For instance, visiting contractors on site and advising on civil engineering issues, also reviewing project drawings and cost calculations. In addition to that, owing to the fact of lacking of time to search for many companies, Arc Studio were quick to accept and confirm vacancy in a very quick way. Likewise, as a part of training in a friendly environment, Malta is also a nice and beautiful place to visit, and it is an alternable chance to be there. Now I'm going to show you some of my tasks that I have done during my internship. Uh, in the first day of the internship, the company has a minor project of mapping safety walls that protecting tanks containing petrochemical products in order to find the possible defect on the walls structure. It can be said that the learning goal should be accomplished here is how to identify the defects of the construction and discover them before a disaster happens is significantly important. Therefore, the competencies of this task can be obtained from is to identify and notice the problem of the construction before a catastrophe happens. The main task of this assignment was to identify the mechanical, biological, and physical imperfection that is the wall is affected from. And so that for that, a list of defects was assigned with the assignment, where they should be found on the wall, which was done by using AutoCAD. And a list of layers was decided before each uh, mutilation, and if there are a new imperfection were found on, a new layer for that will be set. So, in the assignment that take long time, strategies should be done to manage them and finish in time. In this task, the strategy was to start from the most difficult defect and end with the simplest one. The imperfections that were identified in the wall are repair parts, spalling iron bars, poke holes, cracks, and laminations. First, starting with the cracks was the first step due to the fact that they have different types of forms, where they have two main types, the vertical and diagonal cracks. And there are a substantial number of them in the wall. Also, the cracks, one of the most dangerous problems that a construction can have. Therefore, a great effort required on them. Despite that poke holes were the second thing to check, which they are as hazardous as the cracks because they can form large holes. They are not hard to identify. After that, it was easy to find the rest of the other imperfections because they are likely visible and there is a lack of them. The second task I had done is drawing the house of designing house of Sigiu. Sigiu is a place in Malta, in the south of Malta. Uh, so, so the so this is part of my internship. Uh, the task was to design a house in Sigiu, in Malta, which helped to gain more good experience and to reach one of the goals of the internship. Firstly, the start was from the slab. I designed the slab, and then beams and columns and foundation. The slab was divided into 4 sections to ease the calculation and find the proper area of the reinforcement. For that, Eurocode 0 and Eurocode 1 were used to proceed these calculations. Moreover, the main aspects that have been checked during the calculation were the resistance, compression, and deflection, and also share of the concrete structure. And these checks also applied for the rest of the structure, the beams, columns, and the foundation. The second part in the design was the beam calculation. In the building, there were in total 12 beams, but only 6 of them were designed because the rest are almost similar to these calculated beams. The challenge was to determine the best place that you should place, where you should place the beams, in which it is a very important part of the structure, which they transfers the load from the slab to the columns and then to the foundation. Likewise, for designing the columns, the British standard were also used to determine the dimension and determine the reinforcement required for them. There were 2 columns of a height of 3.18 meter in the house, so it did not take a long time to calculate. However, the concrete columns calculation are different from the steel columns, which we used to do it in Netherlands. In the end, it is necessary to design a reliable foundation to transfer the loads to the ground. The soil of that area are mainly limestone, therefore it was decided to use a bad foundation for the columns and a strong foundation for the walls. Well, one of my site visits visits was to uh, it was in a new hotel as is being constructed, and the case was that it is an old house wanted to be replaced by a small hotel with 7 rooms. The building has 3 stories. The workers in the site face one major problem. In order to install the lift, they should have a foundation of 1.5 in 1.3 meter in dimension. But in this space was not available because the hotel is located between 2 masonry walls which cannot be taken, otherwise the construction will lose its stability. So after a discussion with the foreman of the site, we decided to extend the space required for the lift more to the front, and that was the best decision has been agreed upon. Also, a supervision of the workers was part of the task to ensure that the employees apply the safety standards on their job. So this is one of the pictures that I have taken. And thank you for your watching and listening.